Syria is experiencing the most unrest and violence since the fall of the 50-year Assad dictatorship in December. Over the weekend, more than 1,000 people were killed, including more than 800 civilians, as supporters of the new Islamist regime clashed with pro-Assad militants who supported the former dictator. It isn't exactly clear if those are the only groups who are involved in the fighting or if there are more. There have been reports of executions, firing squads, and bodies piled in the streets, with most of the violence concentrated in Syria's coastal region, which is home to its Alawite minority community as well as the minority Christian community. So the Alawites are a small Islamic sect that the Assad family belongs to, and some of Assad's loyalists have maintained control there, even after the December coup that ended with rebel Islamists led by that group, HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, taking control of the government. The HTS-led government has reportedly sent forces to that region to try to assert control, and that is what apparently led to the recent clashes. A majority of the civilians killed are believed to be Alawites. Secretary of State Marco Rubio blamed radical Islamic terrorists for the deaths and urged Syria's current leadership to hold them accountable, although it isn't clear which groups he is referring to. The interim president and leader of HTS, Ahmed al-Sharaa, called for peace on Sunday, and he announced a national committee that will be investigating. He has been actively trying to rebrand himself from an Islamist extremist to someone who will be more accepting of religious diversity than previous leaders.
Yeah, so this is just the latest upsurge in violence here in Syria. Sharaa, we've told you about him. He was the leader of an al-Qaeda offshoot. He was served prison time in Iraq for attacking U.S. troops, was buddies with Baghdadi, who went on to form ISIS. Sharaa forms the al-Qaeda affiliate in Syria, ultimately leads this Islamist group, but recently he's been trying to brand himself as the softer, kinder diplomat, shedding his military uniform, putting on a suit, saying that his group doesn't espouse extremist ideology anymore, that killing minorities in the country, like Alawites and Christians, would not happen. And so extremely concerning that this did happen, and what this means. For the most part, the people close to Assad, the previous dictator, have left. So I'm hearing from folks that some of the people murdered here by the Islamist group had nothing to do or very little to do with that previous regime. And that's why there's a lot of concern, because once you have this killing of one group, they want revenge, and the other group wants revenge, and it just continues and begets basically what has been what are we at this point? 14-year civil war in Syria. So that's a situation we will continue to watch